Alright guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. And I want to talk about some rumors lately, some leaks about a Nintendo game, which is supposed to be a fighting game, an exclusive fighting game coming to the Switch 2, that I don't remember if it's going to be announced in the next Nintendo Direct or if it's supposed to be coming out this year in 2026. But this is something that I saw yesterday from Andres Restart on his YouTube channel. He had a video talking about what this new fighting game could be, and apparently the information tells us that it's going to have a lot of punching in it. So he is theorizing that it could either be a new Punch-Out video game, or it could be the next ARMS video game. So you got ARMS on the Nintendo Switch, and this might be ARMS 2. There's these people online on the internet that kept saying they wanted a legs game, which that sounds really stupid. Maybe they're just trying to be funny about that. Here's the thing: he believes that it's more likely going to be the next ARMS game. His reason for thinking this is the fact that it's probably more relevant. It was the most recent fighting game for Nintendo. But it is also because it was apparently more successful than Punch-Out, and that's kind of surprising. I wonder how many copies all the Punch-Out games have sold versus just this one ARMS game. Now, I have played ARMS. As a matter of fact, I played it in New York City at their big Nintendo store in New York City. I remember demoing ARMS back then, and it was all right. I was playing it. I was having a little bit of fun, but it wasn't enough to really, I guess, catch my interest and whatnot. But it was all right. I had a little bit of fun with it. I can't remember if I played it again afterwards at some place where you could just rent a video game and play it right there on the spot. I do hope it's a new a new Punch-Out video game, though. I think that's what I would prefer, a Punch-Out video game with a story mode, with RPG elements. This is another reason I'm talking about this topic, because I recently had some polls on my YouTube channel, and I think a couple of them included a new Punch-Out game, asking people about a new Punch-Out game, and I think a lot of us would prefer that over ARMS. The problem I have with ARMS is the fact that every character has a stupid, springy arm, and I just hate that. I'm like, why couldn't it should have been like only few characters have the long springing arm. Some have like rockets for arms. It's like their fist is like a rocket or a missile that launches at you, or stuff like that. Somebody has like really short, strong, powerful arms, but they have to dash towards you to get real close to start landing those punches and whatnot. They should have done it like that instead of, here's a big guy, here's a medium-sized guy, here's a skinny guy, and the smaller guy, his arms go very far, whereas the big guy doesn't go too far, but it's more powerful. I don't know. I thought that was a terrible choice to go with as far as making the game more fun and creative. It is a game I do want to play, though. If this ends up being the next ARMS game, if this reveal ends up being ARMS 2, I will pick up ARMS and start playing that. A lot of people say the best way to play it is with motion controls, so I will have to play it with motion controls for sure, because apparently, it's not that fun playing it just with the controller in your hand like that. And there's a lot of games like that, by the way. First-person shooters with the Nintendo Wii was the best. The Nintendo Wii was the best console when it came to first-person shooters. It's not even close. Very fun to play those type of games with motion controls, or any like sword fighting game as well. So I'm hoping it's going to be Punch-Out. I'd much rather it be Punch-Out, but I am open to an ARMS 2 game. I hope they do a lot better. More characters, but I think they need to be way more creative with the arms itself. You call it ARMS, and everybody kind of has like the same type of arm. It's just a long, springy arm. Some go further, some don't. It's like whatever. Like to me, I remember saying that game, and I was like, yeah, I think they could have done better. I also hate the way Springman looks. Why does Springman have to look so generic, so boring? I always hate when they make video games like this and they make the main character, protagonist, whatever, super average, super dull. He's just a dude, a skinny dude with a generic looking face, haircut, and he's wearing a tank top and shorts. That's what it looks like. It's like, that's so stupid. Why can't he have like a cool look, like a cool outfit design, a mask, something like that, you know? They should do something like that. They should give him a cooler look, a more appealing look. I think there's like a cyborg version of him that looks way cooler. So yeah, this is really cool because we do need some type of pugilist fighting game, exclusive one for the Nintendo Switch. I would much rather it be Punch-Out, and I think there's so much potential for an awesome Punch-Out game if they do everything right. And they got to take it out of its box. I don't like them leaving it in that, you know, box of it just being this arcade type game where you go left, right, throw punches, you know, and you're just stuck in that same spot. I don't like that. They got to make it more like the Fight Night games, those boxing games where you can move around the entire ring. That's what they need to start doing with Punch-Out games. But of course, make it to where, you know, it's more cartoony, it's more fun, and not necessarily the graphics have to be cartoony. I'm just talking about, like, there's a lot of fun, crazy cartoon type shit going on, you know, just that cartoon chaos similar to like Kirby Air Riders. That would make the game really fun if they do that. Bringing back every single Punch-Out character would be great, including the Bruiser Brothers, who were like, they were the top dogs in the SNES version of the Punch-Out game. They should definitely bring those guys back. Have some really cool boss fights, champion fights. But the best thing they can do with this game, if it's a new Punch-Out game, would have an RPG, sort of like an open world game, like not open world where you can run around everywhere, not like that, more sandbox type, but open world where it's like, okay, here, travel to the gym right here to get a workout in, or travel over here to eat a meal and replenish your health, or to the hospital, stuff like that, you know, make it an RPG type game, and make it to where, you know, if you're traveling at a certain time period or whatever, you know, you risk running into some thugs, and then you got to beat them up. You got to, you know, you'll go into like this, you'll either go into like just a normal, you know, fight mode, or you'll go into more of like a beat 'em up mode where you're having to just punch your way through a bunch of gangs to get to where you need to get to. That would be super freaking cool if they did something like that. There's this indie fighting game, and I think it's called, what is it called? It's called Punch Club. Yeah, it's called Punch Club, which is supposed to be like a parody of Fight Club, but I think it's called Punch Club. If you ever heard of Punch Club on the Switch, just look it up. It's a very fun turn-based like fighting game or something. It's not even really turn-based. Like, the guys are just there punching at each other the whole time, and it just all depends on like what skills you have, whatever. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's an RPG, 16-bit, you know, fighting game. That's what it is, and it's really fun. The gameplay itself is okay. It's nothing much. It's all of it is mostly, you know, the role-playing elements that makes the game fun, and it has like an open world in a sense that, you know, it's not like Breath of the Wild, but it's more like, it's like a top-down open world. You can take a car or a train to another place or whatever. You have to be smart when you're budgeting your money. You have to be smart with your time. Stuff like that would be great, would be perfect for a Punch-Out game. And then just adding like a beat 'em up mode, like a classic beat 'em up mode where, you know, you it's like 2D in a way, sort of like Final Fight. I think Final Fight's probably one of the best classic beat 'em up games. Another one would be the Punisher, the old school Punisher beat 'em up game. That is so freaking fun. But something like that, you know, you're going into a train, you're taking a train to the next event or whatever, and there's some guys after you. They're trying to stop you from making it, or they're trying to hurt you as much as they can before you get into the ring. So you're having to beat them up, and while you beat them up, you're able to take some money and maybe take some valuable collateral or whatever that you can use to, you know, buy yourself protein shakes or better gym equipment. Like, just really go all out when it comes to like the role-playing aspects of this game. That's a Punch-Out video game that would be super freaking cool. Just having an RPG story mode, a bunch of beat 'em up modes, like different fighting modes and whatnot, would be awesome. You could have the classic, you know, Punch-Out style where it's just only left and right where you're moving. That would be pretty cool too. Just have multiple different gameplay modes in this game, and maybe even like an RPG mode where you could play as other characters as well. I think that would be super freaking awesome. So you guys let me know what you think about that. What could they do to make Punch-Out better? What could they do to make ARMS better if it's a new ARMS game? Like I said, I have not played much of ARMS, so I need to do that, and I definitely need to play that game and experience it a little bit more so I can have a better understanding. But I know they could definitely do more when it comes to like the actual ARMS. There's a lot more cool stuff they can do with that. It seems like they made this game and it's like, okay, we have Splatoon. How could we make a fighting game that's a little bit wacky, similar to Splatoon? It's like, oh, how about ARMS that stretch very long? In my opinion, again, they should have had different ARMS, you know, normal ARMS that you could launch like missiles or whatever. There's a lot of potential for these games for sure, for ARMS and for Punch-Out. So, which one of these are you hoping it's going to be? Are you hoping it's just going to be a brand new IP in general? I think it should just be Punch-Out or ARMS, but which of these games do you hope it will be, and what do you think they could do to make it better than its predecessor? With that being said, I will talk to you guys later.